Never place any of these 7 items in front of your main door. They do not just block wealth, they also open the way for misfortune to enter your home. Hello, I am Master Quan. In Feng Shui, the main entrance is considered the mouth through which energy flows into the house. It determines the flow of prosperity for the entire family. If this area is contaminated by the wrong objects, not only will wealth and fortune fail to gather, but they will also be pushed away, making it hard for the homeowner to keep any money no matter how much they earn. This can lead to tension in the household and even a string of bad luck. The surprising thing is these 7 taboo items are not rare at all. They show up in daily life, anything from the doormat outside your door to an old pair of shoes or even a wrongly chosen plant pot. And just a small mistake could quietly drive away peace and good luck without you even realizing it. In today's video, I am going to break down each item in detail, explain the Feng Shui reasoning behind why it causes harm, and offer simple remedies you can start using right away. Make sure to watch until the end, because I promise you will not want to miss any of this. But before we begin, take a moment to say this positive affirmation: I welcome wealth and peace into my home. Think of it as a way to kickstart the flow of good energy starting today. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you will not miss the next Feng Shui secrets for attracting prosperity that I will be sharing. Now, before we dive into the 7 forbidden items, I want to first talk about the principles of designing a Feng Shui-friendly front door. Because if the main entrance itself is not set up correctly, removing harmful items will not be enough to keep your good fortune from slipping away. In Feng Shui, the front door is not just an entrance, it is the point where the energy of the outside world merges with the energy inside your home. It is the starting point of all energy flows. It determines whether good energy can circulate, nourish prosperity, or whether it becomes stuck, leading to loss and instability. That is why the design of your main entrance must be carefully considered, not only functional, but also harmonized with Feng Shui principles. When designing a main entrance, the first thing to consider is your personal 5-element sign. Everyone belongs to one of the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, or earth. If the color, material, and shape of your front door align with your element, it will act like a perfectly matched key, unlocking a flow of beneficial energy. For example, people with the fire element should choose red painted doors or red tiled roofs, since the vibrant red represents prosperity and strong yang energy. Those with the metal element are better suited to bright colors like white, silver, or metallic tones, along with arched, smooth shapes made from shiny metal, symbolizing completeness and smooth social relationships. People with the water element should prioritize colors like navy blue, black, or flowing wave-like patterns to create a sense of fluidity and harmony, helping wealth to flow in naturally. For those with the wood element, a natural wooden door or an iron frame painted green is ideal because wood represents growth and expansion, bringing abundance and harmony to the family. Finally, people with the earth element will benefit most from solid, square-shaped doors made of stone or brick in shades of yellow or brown. These reinforce stability and create a solid foundation for long-term wealth retention. But being compatible with your element is not enough. The front door must also avoid common Feng Shui mistakes in layout and positioning. One common mistake is building a door that is either too tall or too short compared to the house. If the door is too tall, good energy cannot settle, it enters and escapes right away, like a bottle with a hole in the bottom that cannot hold water. On the other hand, a door that is too short restricts airflow, making the homeowner feel suffocated and stuck in their career or life, unable to grow. Only when the door is proportionate to the house's architecture can energy flow smoothly and steadily in and out. Another major taboo is placing the front door directly opposite the kitchen. The ancients used to say, "Open the door and see the stove, money will be hard to keep." The kitchen represents fire. When placed directly across from the main entrance, where wind and energy are the strongest, this can cause the fire element to become overwhelming, resulting in financial loss and family instability. If this has already been built, the solution is to use a screen curtain or plant to block the direct energy flow into the kitchen. Another serious Feng Shui flaw is having the front and back doors aligned directly with each other. In this case, energy enters and then immediately escapes without lingering long enough to nourish the home. People living in such homes often feel like no matter how much they work, they can never save money. Wealth slips through their fingers like water. A simple fix is to add a partition, place plants, or arrange furniture, like tables, chairs, or shelves, in a way that forces the energy to move and pause, rather than flow straight out. It is also important to avoid having the front door facing a bathroom. Bathrooms are full of negative or stagnant energy, and when they are directly aligned with the front door, the gateway for positive energy, this incoming good energy becomes polluted right away. This does not just hinder your career progress, it also negatively affects health, making household members prone to illness and mental unrest. The best solution is to change the bathroom's orientation. But if that is not possible, at the very least, place a screen partition or potted plant to lessen the bad influence. These Feng Shui principles may seem minor at first glance, but they actually determine the root of your home's wealth energy. No matter how luxurious your interior or how convenient your rooms may be, if your main entrance violates these key rules, the energy entering your home will never be steady or beneficial. Now that you understand the principles of designing your main entrance to attract prosperity, let's move on to the most important part, the 7 things you must never place in front of your house. Number 1, a mirror facing the main door. In Feng Shui, mirrors carry an especially strong energy. They do not just reflect images, they also reflect energy flows. When a mirror is placed directly across from your front door, it immediately creates a bounce-back effect, like an invisible push that repels any positive energy trying to enter your home. This is why some people, despite living in beautiful modern houses, constantly feel like money slips through their fingers, or they lose big opportunities at the last minute, because right at the door, good fortune is being turned away. Mirrors also have a powerful psychological effect. When someone walks in and instantly sees their own reflection, it often triggers a subtle sense of discomfort, as if someone is standing in their way. That feeling might not be obvious at first, but over time, if experienced daily, it builds up into a sense of tension that affects one's emotional stability. In modern Feng Shui, this is explained as the feeling of an extra person being present in the space too soon, which can unintentionally disrupt the harmony within the household. Moreover, mirrors disperse energy. When placed at the entrance, instead of allowing positive energy to flow naturally into the house and settle, they reflect and scatter it. Over time, this creates a living environment where good things seem to constantly slip away, making it difficult to feel secure or abundant. The solution is not to get rid of mirrors altogether. You simply need to move them away from directly facing the door. Mirrors can be placed alongside walls to visually expand the space or brighten darker areas. If you want to enhance prosperity, consider hanging symbols of wealth instead, such as a bright landscape, painting a prosperity symbol, or a healthy green plant by the entrance. Just this one small change can allow positive energy to enter and spread throughout the home without resistance. Number 2, a dirty doormat. A clean doormat at the entrance does more than just trap dirt. It represents tidiness and freshness. However, when that mat becomes wet, caked with mud, or starts to smell bad, it turns into a reservoir of negative energy. In Feng Shui, this kind of energy is considered stagnant and heavy. It slows down the flow of luck and opportunity. Stepping over a filthy mat makes people feel uneasy, as if they are bringing in mess and negativity from the outside. This discomfort is not just physical, it seeps into the mind, creating a subconscious sense of tension. Over time, the atmosphere in the house grows heavy, and good fortune has a harder time sticking around. On the other hand, a well-kept clean doormat acts like a warm welcome to prosperity. It creates a sense of comfort for anyone entering and sends a clear message that the home is ready to receive fresh positive energy. In modern Feng Shui, shaking out the mat, washing it, or replacing it is more than just a hygiene habit. It is seen as an act of refreshing your fortune. To boost this effect, you can choose a mat with lucky colors or patterns: red for smooth success, green for growth, or earthy yellow for stability. Round shapes or floral designs are also encouraged because they represent fullness and harmony. But the most important factor is still cleanliness. A pricey mat covered in dirt will only attract bad energy, while a simple clean one can open the path for wealth to enter effortlessly. Number 3, a large tree with overhanging branches. Many people enjoy planting a big tree right in front of their house, hoping to enjoy some cool shade and a touch of nature. But in Feng Shui, this innocent-looking habit can have unexpected effects. A tree with wide, dense branches blocking the entrance acts like a curtain that stops both sunlight and airflow. Without natural light or fresh air reaching your front door, the area becomes dim and damp, perfect conditions for negative, heavy energy to accumulate. The entrance of your home influences not just the energy flow, but also your mood. Walking into a bright sunlit space naturally lifts the spirit, but when your door is hidden under deep shade, it creates a gloomy, oppressive feeling. If this happens every single day, it slowly becomes the default mood of your entire home, making daily life feel more dull and closed off. Beyond light and airflow, some types of trees carry unlucky symbolism when placed right at the entrance. The weeping willow with its drooping branches gives off a feeling of sorrow and separation. The mulberry tree is traditionally associated with mourning because its name sounds like the word for funeral in Vietnamese. Even the banyan tree, though lush and majestic, is often tied to spiritual myths and ghost stories, and its heavy energy can feel unsettling to those who live nearby. When trees like these block your front door, they quietly send out negative messages that weaken your household's vitality. That does not mean you cannot have plants at your entrance. On the contrary, greenery is a powerful symbol of life and natural energy. The key is not to eliminate plants, but to care for and place them wisely. If you have a large tree trim, its branches so light and air can still pass through. Keep the path to your front door open and bright. When sunlight reaches your entrance and air flows freely, the space feels balanced, welcoming, and helps positive energy circulate with ease. Number 4, a pile of old shoes. In many homes, it is common to see shoes stacked in piles right outside the front door, from sneakers to flip-flops to old worn-out pairs. People often do this for convenience, but from a Feng Shui perspective, this scene becomes a major energy blockage. Shoes are associated with travel and movement. They come into contact with dirt, dust, and the lingering energy of all the places they have been. When old, dirty, or damaged shoes are left scattered right at your doorway, all that heavy energy gathers and creates a dense, stagnant field. Instead of welcoming energy into your home, you are unintentionally placing a curtain of clutter that stops everything from flowing smoothly. And it is not just about the dirt or bad smell. Shoes hold strong, symbolic meaning. They represent your path forward. A clean, neatly placed pair of shoes sends a message of readiness and direction. But a messy pile of old beat-up shoes feels like a reminder of unfinished business or blocked progress. Seeing that every day can plant subconscious feelings of being stuck or lost. On top of that, cluttered shoes affect your mental well-being. Feng Shui teaches that disorder blocks energy flow and makes it hard for wealth to settle in. Psychology agrees messy environments lead to stress, mental fatigue, and lack of clarity. So the impact of messy shoes is not just energetic, it also directly affects your mood and your daily life. The solution is simple. Store your shoes in a cabinet or rack organized by type. Throw away any pairs that are broken or too old. It is like letting go of worn-out energy. For shoes you use, often make sure they are always clean. When you walk past a tidy, intentional entryway, the space feels renewed and your mindset becomes clearer and more open. In modern spiritual practice, organizing the shoes at your door is even considered a small ritual for clearing the path ahead. Each time you put away a pair of shoes, you are symbolically arranging your journey, sending out a message that you are ready for new opportunities. Just one small habit can completely shift the energy surrounding your home, making good luck feel welcome to stay. Number 5, garbage and bad odors. Among the many factors that can drain a home's energy, trash and foul smells near the front door are considered some of the most harmful. In Feng Shui, garbage symbolizes decay and decline, a breeding ground for negative energy. If the main entrance is supposed to welcome prosperity, then trash and unpleasant odors act as invisible barriers, blocking that prosperity or even transforming it into misfortune. From a spiritual perspective, garbage represents letting go, releasing what no longer serves us. But when it piles up right at the threshold, it no longer carries the energy of release. Instead, it becomes a symbol of stagnation. Walking past a foul-smelling area can instantly dampen your spirit, making you feel irritated, unmotivated, or emotionally drained. When this happens regularly, negative energy begins to take root, and life feels sluggish and stuck. This does not just affect the people living in the home, it also creates a terrible first impression for visitors. A trash can sitting by the entrance with odors seeping into the air gives the sense that something is being neglected. In energetic terms, the first few moments when someone enters your space are when human connection begins to form. If that energy is tainted by unpleasant smells, it becomes much harder to build positive or lasting relationships. Fortunately, the fix is simple, though it must be taken seriously. Never place your trash bin right in front of the door. Instead, position it somewhere more discreet where it will not interfere with the energy of the entrance. If you have no choice but to keep it nearby, use a bin with a tight-fitting lid and clean it regularly to prevent bad smells. You can also place a healthy green plant close to the door to help purify the air and bring in a sense of freshness and balance. Number 6, broken or damaged items. A broken chair left temporarily outside a busted fan or a rusted metal object. These things may seem harmless at first. Some people even think, I will deal with that in a few days. But in Feng Shui, they are powerful symbols of decay and disorder. These broken items create what is known as a stagnant energy pocket, which causes life to feel stuck and chaotic. Every item holds energy. When something is new, it carries a bright, vibrant energy that nourishes your space. But when it is damaged or broken, that energy becomes negative. It no longer supports you. Instead, it drains you. When placed near your entrance, these broken objects act like bad gatekeepers. They do not allow positive energy to enter and instead invite in confusion and frustration. In modern spiritual thinking, broken items also symbolize emotional attachment to the past. They remind us of what is incomplete, lost, or no longer working, and subconsciously, they keep us tied to old, stagnant energy. Seeing these things day after day can trigger feelings of regret or frustration, making it harder to stay mentally clear and motivated. That is why homes with broken or worn-out items near the entrance often experience delays, constant minor issues, and slow progress. Beyond symbolism, damaged items can also release physically harmful energy. Rusted metal gives off a harsh odor. Rotten wood can grow mold. These can affect your physical health, and when your health suffers, your mental state is also thrown off balance. This is where Feng Shui and modern science align. Broken, neglected objects send out toxic energy that becomes a real invisible barrier to a better life. The solution is simple, but it must be firm. Immediately remove any broken or damaged objects. Do not just leave them for now. If something still has value, repair it fully before using it again. If not, let it go. Clearing out these worn-down items is a symbolic act of cutting off stuck energy and creating space for something new to flow in. Many people hesitate because they feel it is wasteful to throw things away. But in Feng Shui, holding on to what is broken is like choosing to stay trapped in old energy. Only when you are brave enough to release it can new opportunities truly open up. That is also a core message of modern spirituality. Let go of the old to make room for what is new. Number 7, dead or withered plants. In Feng Shui, plants are more than just decoration. They symbolize life, vitality, and the continuous flow of fresh energy. A healthy plant nourishes the space, brightens the environment, and makes it feel vibrant. But when a plant dies or wilts, all the good energy fades away, replaced by stagnation and heaviness. Placing a dying plant at your front door is like displaying a warning that your household energy is weakening. It can affect your health, your mindset, and even your career. What matters most is that dead plants not only weaken the energy of a space, they also affect how we feel. Seeing a withered pot or fallen leaves can trigger a sense of sadness or disappointment. If that image greets you daily, it gradually sets a gloomy emotional tone throughout the home. It becomes harder to feel motivated or hopeful. That is why many cultures associate dead plants with endings and loss. The best solution is to remove dead or beyond recovery plants right away. Keeping them only spreads negative energy. Replacing them with healthy greenery like lucky bamboo snake plant or jade plant is a simple, powerful way to reset the energy. These plants are easy to care for and symbolize luck, strength, and steady growth. A vibrant plant at your door acts as a warm welcome to prosperity. In modern Feng Shui, caring for plants is a form of energy upkeep. Watering, wiping leaves, and trimming are all ways to actively refresh your surroundings. Replacing a dead plant with a thriving one is not just visual, it sends a clear message that a new, more abundant chapter has begun. So remember this, the energy outside your front door mirrors the flow of your life. Every little decision sends a signal to the universe about what you are inviting in. If your entrance is bright, clean, and full of life, luck and peace will find you. But if clutter and decay are present, you may be closing the door on the good things meant for you. Feng Shui today is not superstition, it is mindful living. By caring for the details in your space, you are also tending to your inner world and opening a clearer path for peace and prosperity to enter. So after watching this video, I encourage you to pick one small action to take today. Maybe trim a plant, replace an old doormat, or simply tidy up the entrance to your home. That one simple step is the beginning of you taking charge and shifting the energy of your own life. And now I would like you to say a positive affirmation to activate a fresh new energy flow. I open the door to welcome peace, prosperity, and happiness into my home. Finally, do not forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so we can continue this journey together, and you can keep discovering powerful Feng Shui secrets to help your life become more abundant, peaceful, and fulfilling every day.